posachedwapa tikupasirani ena mwa mayankho amene a President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera ayankha lero lino ku Parliament pamene ma MP adawafunsa zinthu zina zimene iwowa adalonjeza.
Shut out the private sector at all, but to make sure that Malawi is secure. So far, one emergency consignment already arrived, and Malawians are already enjoying the fruits of this arrangement by accessing fuel whose payment terms are longer. Opposed to a 30-day kind of thing, which is more like spot buying. In the meantime, we are riding on the Kenyan G2G arrangement with Gulf countries to ensure that fuel prices do not rise sharply and signal to traders who transport goods to also raise the price of those goods. However, as I said in my opening remarks, the hyperinflation that has taken place in the past few weeks has not been caused by any of these factors, but is a deliberate conspiracy in the retail business community to make Malawians suffer in order to make Malawi ungovernable and exploit their anguish for political gains in the upcoming elections. This recent hyperinflation is a result of greed and lawlessness in both the sale of forex on the black market and the sale of basic commodities like sugar, salt, soap, cooking oil, house rentals, livestock feed, second-hand clothes, and maize. I'm therefore directing the Minister of Trade and Industry to immediately gazette a market price cap order that designates these items as essential goods and regulates the percentage of profit that traders can make from their sale to protect Malawian consumers from predatory pricing. I'm also directing him to identify local Malawians who have the capacity to supply these commodities so that they can be supported to have a large footprint in the trading of these commodities. Since such locals will reinvest their revenue in the country, unlike others who have large appetites for hoarding and externalizing forex. Lastly, I direct Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs and the Minister of Trade and Industry to work together in engaging the various categories of traders, retailers, and vendors that need to be sensitized on the requirements of the market price cap order to facilitate their access to legal and affordable forex for the importation of their commodities, and to agree on a schedule for restricting the importation of certain luxury and non-essential goods that are draining our forex faster than our exports can replenish. Food insecurity. Madam Speaker, finally let me turn to the last part of the question, which is on food insecurity versus high inflation. These causes of hunger situation include climate shocks like droughts and erratic rainfall, which are further exacerbated by the global economic situation. Disruptions in input supply chains have also led to rising input costs, posing additional bottlenecks to agricultural productivity. Madam Speaker, to put things in perspective, maize production declined from 4 million metric tons in 2022-23 to 3 million tons in 2023-2024 season, which is no small reduction. And that has had severe implications on national food availability and household food security. A similar trend was recorded in other food crops. For instance, all pulses such as cowpeas, soybeans, beans, and pigeon peas also declined. In general, adverse climatic conditions experienced in the past 4 seasons have negatively affected production of food crops. As alluded to earlier, this resulted in 44% of the national food crop destroyed in 23 districts, forcing me to declare yet another state of disaster. The substantial deficit in maize and other food crops has already led to a sharp rise in market prices and increased the number of food insecure households. These challenges notwithstanding, Madam Speaker, let me reassure this august House and Malawians in general that my administration has been proactive in addressing these challenges through some of the following measures. 1, subsidized maize sales through ADMARC. Madam Speaker, ADMARC will continue selling maize at subsidized prices to cushion households from the effects of high market prices. My administration has already released a total of 20,000 metric tons for ADMARC. All right.
Time be extended in order for His Excellency the President to finish taking up the discussion, then also tackle supplementary questions. And allow me again, Madam Speaker, after this to move another motion after this has been taken, immediately before the President resumes taking questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Leader of the House. On the last bit, I think we're just trying to clarify one thing, Honorable Leader, because we'll be within time. Once we have gotten the clarification, we'll communicate. Honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that all relevant standing orders be waived in order for us to allow the President to complete responding to the questions on the order paper as well as the supplementary questions. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Honorable Leader, you're rising again?
I'm rising again, Right Honorable Speaker, taking precedent of last time. I see the SONA conclusion in the upcoming business, and it would be proper for me to move that it comes to main business of the day. I therefore beg to move that the SONA conclusion, the marks by Ncheu Central, be moved to a supplementary order paper. So soon after the President has done the supplementary questions, then Ncheu Central would wind up the SONA conclusions.
So you're requesting for a and I have order, please. You're requesting for a supplementary order paper as well. Thank you, honorable members. I now put the question. The question is that winding up of the motion as presented by honorable member for Ncheu Central be moved to substantive business of today and therefore request for a supplementary order paper. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Your Excellency, you can proceed with the responses.
Madam Speaker, thank you for the extra time afforded me. and it's talking about how ADMARC has been given a total of 20,000 metric tons for ADMARC hotspots, price stabilization, and free distribution through ADMARC outlets. Of this opportunity to report that my administration received additional resources through Contingency Emergency Response Component, CEREC, amounting to about $35 million from the World Bank for the importation of maize to support the ongoing food assistance programs. A total of 47,600 metric tons of maize has been imported with World Food Program providing logistical support. This is the maize that has already started coming in the country, and 3 million people are expected to benefit. This response will not only enhance food availability, but also contribute to easing pressure on domestic supplies, thereby helping to stabilize maize prices in the local markets. For medium to long-term resilience building, Madam Speaker, beyond these immediate measures, my administration is investing in initiatives to build resilience to climatic shocks in the agricultural sector. This includes scaling up irrigation programs, implementation of the Mega Farms Initiative, promoting climate-smart agriculture, and improving access to agricultural inputs through the various windows, such as NIF and MIC. I could have elaborated more, but let me stop here for now. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Very much, Your Excellency. I'll now take supplementary questions from Mwanza Central, Rumpi West, and Delta South.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Madam Speaker, Madam, to ask His Excellency, the State President of the Republic of Malawi, a question. It's a great honor to ask directly, Your Excellency, sir. Although I'm not going to delve too much on Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mills, the classical utilitarians, or talk something as regards to Pope John Paul's letter Caritas in Veritatis. I don't want to bore you with those things, but straight to the point, as exposed by our esteemed doctor of the church, and that is Thomas Aquinas, who said the service to common good. In that context, Your Excellency, I want to ask a supplementary question. People of Mwanza Central, particularly in Kosikandu Kumaseko, Ngadziwe Tulonkondo Ziyaya, Ngolola, Tambala, Kunene Kude, and not forgetting Senior Chief Intaje and the Govati. Your Excellency, sir, without prejudice, I want to thank you for appointing my sister as Deputy Minister, and that is a great honor. I'll do whatever it is to help without jealous much of one hassle. So, yeah, but Your Excellency, what is your government's plans as regards to hunger in Mwanza, Your Excellency, sir, in the areas of Chata, Madzapita, in the areas of Kalanga, in the areas of Chimbwinda, in the areas of Gasuza? These areas, Your Excellency, people worked hard to plant maize, but due to climatic erratic fall of maize and the dry spell, maize withered. They uprooted the maize and replanted what it is. Some weavers are busy plundering and trying to destroy what we thought we can have or harvest. So, Your Excellency, sir, what are your plans to make sure that the people of Mwanza, particularly in the area of Chata, Matapita, Boko, Maremera, Gatiwe, Jeke, Chagona, those areas, Your Excellency, you can be assisted? Secondly, what are your government's plan to help give relief maize, relief maize to particularly the southern region, where it was hit by Cyclone Fred? We want to thank you, Excellency. You did give us maize up to December. When are we going to maize, Your Excellency, so that we can be able to be strong? Finally, Your Excellency, I should not forget the stadium is going on. It's going up in one. But thank you so much. All the best. Thank
you. Your Excellency, I bring you greetings from Mwazisi, Kutivati Muliuri. Right Honorable Madam Speaker, I thank you for giving an opportunity to the people of Paramount Chief Chikula Maembe, Sub-Chief Kalazamawe, T.A. Katumbi, Zorokere, and Sub-Chief Chipofya. Before I present my supplementary question, I would like to thank you, Your Excellency. Your visit to Tazima Water Gravity Scheme made the contractor to fasten the project, and we tested the pressure 2 days ago. The water by today might have reached Kazuni, going as far as to the end. Your Excellency, sir, your 8M strategy excited the people, made the people of Lumpi District, Lumpi West, to get much in love than what they used to be as your second home because of the Nyika National Park. I'm dwelling much on the 8M strategy. What is your vision to make tourists, when they reach Lumpi, Boma, as they go to Vwaza Game Reserve and proceed to Nyika, the beautiful place in this world, accessible via Bowe, going to Chitanga, Tazima, and Nyika National Park, so that the issues of forex that we are talking about, Nyika National Park can supplement. Second, supplementary, Your Excellency, sir, through the Madam Right Honorable Speaker, Madam, people of Lumpi West and people of Lumpi District, they have heard government is procuring maize from Tanzania, and part of the area where this maize is passing is through Lumpi District. What an assurance do you have to the people of Lumpi District, people of Simuka, people of Katoo, Zorokere, Mwazisi, Garanganda, Kampenda, Bolero, Chanyori, Chikwava, Bururuji? You know all this, Your Excellency, it's your home. And your people there, they are suffering. It's not that they didn't plant maize, but because of the climate situation, we didn't harvest. Lumpi West was one of the constituencies that you provided fertilizer, but the natural calamities didn't make us to harvest. What an assurance do you have that this maize should not just be passing through Lumpi District, but the people from Lumpi West can be assured either tomorrow or next week, before this month end, they have maize in ADMAC selling points. Your Excellency, sir, thank you. Everyone is watching and listening from your second home, Lumpi West.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, Madam.
Thank you, Rumpi West, Leja South.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. And through you, Right Honorable Speaker, I bring you greetings from the beautiful people of Tie Kasumbu and Kamenyagwaza. And before I ask my supplementary question, Right Honorable Speaker, the chief, the Tie Kamenyagwaza, had asked me to personally thank the President when he came to visit us in October. And when we were at Tie Kasumbu headquarters, we made a plea for the restoration of the traditional authority Kasumbu, which he gave a directive to the Minister of Local Government that it happens the soonest, and within 3 weeks, Right Honorable Speaker, Tie Kasumbu was restored, and we are very, very thankful to the people of Tie Kasumbu. And in fact, we have got a gift with the TA, and the President is going to guide me how best we can deliver the gift to the President. Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to ask the President through you, what strategies are in place to ensure that the maize grown by mega farmers is not held up, but rather supplied on the market to evade food inflation? I submit, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Leja South. Your Excellency the President.
Okay. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Mwazan Setro has really, every time he speaks, he makes you feel like you never went to school. But all those areas that you mentioned, these areas are being serviced with maize from Dodoma. 13,950 households now are being assisted. 4,185 tons are being distributed. And so, if you go back to what I generally stated, we are assisting everyone in the country. Rumpi West, it's the same thing with regard to the food situation. My office, which is the Department of Disaster Management, is supporting 5,764 households with 864 tons of maize. And ADMAC will continue selling maize coming from Tanzania. I know that you see it pass through, but we want to make sure that Rumpi West will also get their relief and low-cost maize. Let me just make mention that the World Bank is assisting this government in this lean season with cash and money in Mwanza. And so this also will help with those that need to have more money. What the fact of the road in Rumpi, I'll probably include that because the last question has talked mainly about roads. But I also need to even make mention of the fact that Makanjira Road, all the funding is available. We will start with what is immediately available so that that road is taken care of. Those that have committed to us, we have no reason to doubt their integrity. they will come through as they have always done. And so, with regard to mega farmers' maize, you know, from their farms, and I hope every one of you can also become a mega farmer. I know there are those in the opposition that are also doing farming, and those on this side that are also doing farming. Let everybody get involved in some production of one sort or another in order for this country to say bye-bye to hunger. We want to protect this maize so that we are able, in fact, the Ministry of Agriculture will be doing their estimates, and they will let us know what it is that we can expect now as we approach March. And we should be able to harvest more this time, we believe. I just had a chance to go to my farm the other day, but I know many of you have farms as well. And we trust that with God's grace, this year's production should be more. However, Artmark will be given the responsibility immediately, and this has to do with the finance minister's statement, I guess, Friday, but Artmark will be given money to procure more maize. We have now acquired machines that can help dry the maize so that we're able to be there on the market rather than lose everything else to those who just want to take advantage of our poor farmers. But I can assure you the reason we are talking more about mega farms is so this country can have huge harvests from the same. And in as much as we help households with minimal help in terms of inputs and so forth, subsistence farming is not what will develop the nation. We should move away from subsistence thinking and subsistence farming to where everything is upscaled. And so I'm happy to have farmers on this side, I know. And so let's work together and make this nation a truly productive one. But we will protect the maize. Thank you.
Very much. Leader of the House, you're rising.
Yeah, I'm rising, Madam, just to, through you, thank the President for wonderful time. Just taken to respond. But now I'm rising to ask that we curtail questions and
Honorable Leader, there's one more question.
Are you praying, Madam, that I should allow the member? All right.
I think
okay.
Question 4 was withdrawn, by question 5 is still there.
We allow the member, but I would insist that only the member, but not supplementary questions because of the time.
Thank you. Honorable Member for Karunga Nyungwe, question number PQT5.
Right Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for granting the people of Karunga Nyungwe constituency to ask a question to Head of State. I stand before the Head of State to confirm that indeed question PQT5 is from the people of ST Mwinang'ombe, Sub-Chief Mwinuka, Sub-Chief Mwembelo, and under the authority of Paramount Kyungu, Mwakawanga, the 24th PhD. I submit, Right Honourable Speaker, and thank you, the Head of State, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Very much, Karunga Nyungwe. Your Excellency the President.
Madam Speaker, let me, through you, thank the people of Karunga-Nyungwe for the question that has come, particularly to give updates. So allow me to provide road-by-road updates on the progress